Hey guys, it's Mr. Overman again. And I'm here to show you real quick on your first one. This is your assessment. So this is a video you can watch. I emailed this to you too as well so that you can see this. So what you're doing here is you're taking these things and you are going to write your ordered pairs. So here's my ordered pairs. The parts that are in green, I'm finding the difference between the 13 and the 11. And I found that the difference here was $2. 13 minus 11 gives me $2. Then I'm going to take the toppings, 4 and 2. So how was the difference of the toppings? 4 and 2, which was 2 is also. So I have a y value of 2, the difference, and I have a y value of toppings, which is 2, is the difference. And I divide that, 2 divided by 2 gives me 1. So 1 is my slope, $1. That's how it's changing every time I get a topping, by $1. It's changing that every single time. I'm trying to pull up my calculator here so I can also show you that as well. So that I can put straight into my thing here. So what we did here for that. So once again, let me show you pulling up our Desmos calculator to help you get that. So I did 13 take away 11. So I had 2 on the top. That was $1. $13 minus 11. And then I had 3 toppings minus 1 topping, which was 2. So I got to find my slope. 2 divided by 2. And there it was, $1. So that's my slope is $1 there. Okay. Now, how I filled in the rest of this was at 2 toppings right here, I want to go backwards. So since I add $1 each time, I'm going forward. If I'm going backwards, I'm going to subtract $1. So 11 is going to turn into, for a 1 topping pizza, be $10. Because remember, this has 2 toppings. This is 1 topping. That's 1 less topping. So that's 1 less dollar you have to pay. Then I go backwards again by another $1. It gives me 9. And you can see my pattern, 9, 10, 11. Ooh, a 3 topping would be 12 because I add $1. Add another $1 to 12 to get 4 toppings gives me 13, just like I did. So when I work backwards to get to right here, the 0 topping pizza, I can find out that I got $9. And that is my B, or my y-intercept. That's how much a small cheese pizza cost, was $9. Okay. So I filled in my table. I got all these filled in. Now I'm going to write my equation. So I write my equation with y equals mx plus b. M is going to be the charge per topping, which was $1. So it's y equals 1x, plus b is the cost for a cheese pizza at the beginning. So that is just 9. So my equation there is y equals 1 times x plus 9, or $1 times the number of toppings plus 9. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. Once again, 13 minus 11, that's given to me, gives me 2. 4 minus 2 gives me 2. I divided it using my calculator. You can see, gives me 1, my slope. I use the slope, my pattern, to figure out the rest of this, and could be able to take the toppings, 0 toppings, 9, and put it in here, and then write my equation. The next thing I have to do is take these points and just graph them. So I just graphed them here at 0, 9. 1 topping is 10. You can see here. 2 toppings is 11. 3 toppings is 12. 4 toppings is 13, and so forth as you go. Toppings is the X value. Y is the money. Okay? So that's pretty straightforward. I just used these points after I filled it in to do that. Now the last part here is I'm going to use my equation. How much would a 6 topping pizza cost? I can use the equation, or I can come up here and use this and say, oh, a 5 topping pizza is just $1 more, so that's 14. A 6 topping pizza then would have to be $15. Well, I just continue my chart. If I want to continue, 7 toppings would be $16. Okay? Or I could use my equation here by doing $1 times the number of toppings I want, 6 plus 9. So I did 1 times 6 plus 9 is equal to 6 plus 9 is 15. So there it is. Okay. Number 2's kind of started there for you. So there it is, number 2. I want to find the difference of these. So 1475 minus 1225, 3 and 1. And subtract those. Get on the bottom there, 3 minus 1. And I'm going to get a number down here for 3 minus 1. I'm going to get a number up here for 1475 minus 1225. And then I'm going to take those two numbers and whatever they are, I don't know whatever they could be. They could be 250 divided by 2. I don't know. So if it is something like this would be my slope, $1.25. Maybe it might be 275 divided by 2. And that tells me my slope, $1.37. So I find my slope from doing this. Use my slope now to figure out the rest of these, because I should know, hey, if I'm charging $1.25, I can add. I can go backwards. Find out what your B is. The B is where it's at 0. Write your equation. This is your M. This is your B. This is the form you write it in. Graph it. Then here you want to use your equation to figure out what would it be for 10 toppings. So you can continue your chart, or you can put 10 in for the X from your equation. The third one is the exact same deal. You want to take this one and that one and find your subtraction. Then you want to take this one and this one and find your subtraction. Divide them out. It'll tell you your M. Use your M, your slope, your pattern to work your way back here. When you find here, that tells you the cheese, which is your B. Put it into your equation. Fill in the rest of the table. Graph it. And then see if you can figure out which one this. So looking at the ones with the steepest line, which one had the steepest line? And why was it steeper? So basically it's asking you here is which one had the biggest slope? That's what I would find. Which one had the biggest slope? And say this was the steepest one because it has the biggest slope. L-O-P-E. I'm going to let you figure this one out. If I buy one for $25.25, I would just continue this chart on the cost by adding my change each time to figure out how many toppings it would be for $25.25. You want to know how many toppings. Okay? So there you go. You'll do great. Finished it up and get going. Bye. All right, what do you want?